Hi everyone, I'm Fabian Perez from my home studio Dark Horse. Now we can see an interview what make with a good friend. With us, Sarah Hagan. Check out. Hey Sarah, thanks for your time and answers these questions about you, your influence and your work on the music industry and more.
Hi Fabian, I'm happy to answer some questions for you today.
Alright, well, tell us about the beginning. Since when were you drum the drums?
So I wanted to play drums from the time I can remember. I think I started asking my parents for a drum set when I was maybe 3, and I got a Smurf drum, a cartoon kids drum when I was about 5. It was when I was 10 years old in elementary school when they had a music program, and my parents agreed to sign me up for drum lessons as long as I could carry the snare drum, which was really heavy and a really, really heavy case, to and from school for my lessons, which I did gladly. It was about as big as I was back then, but I started playing snare drum and taking lessons, and I actually took snare lessons for about 4 years. So was in the marching band and concert band, and then got into the jazz band after that, and then into my own bands through school and after, and always, was drawn toward rock music. So I was in a few like rock cover bands and a couple of bands where we played originals. But that's how I got into drumming.
It's true that you're working in the factory operating?
And yes, it is true. I worked in the factory at Zildjian as part of a program that we had yearly where you could have a few goals outside of your normal job description. So one of the things I really wanted to do was learn about making cymbals, and I felt like my job in artist relations would be enhanced by a better knowledge of the manufacturing process. So I got to go into the factory, work on the machines, learn how they all worked, make cymbals, and it was an amazing time. I felt so lucky to get that experience and to really have an in-depth knowledge into how everything's made, how the steps happen, and how involved it is to actually make a cymbal. So I loved that time.
Okay, tell us about your family legacy. What does it mean to you today?
And the Zildjian family legacy. The company's been around for almost 400 years. It's just incredible. Lasting through all that time, being passed down from generation to generation, something to just be in awe of, really. So a couple years from now, they'll celebrate 400 years. And that is pretty amazing. And just, being able to keep a business in the family like that is pretty incredible. It's a feat in itself. So even though I'm not at Zildjian any longer, I am so appreciative of the time that I spent there, and, working with the artists, working with the family. It was a really great experience, over 16 years. So wonderful, wonderful time.
Okay. What do you think about the evolution of society regarding women in the music industry? They were always, but now in more irrelevant and decision-making places.
So what do I think about the evolution of society regarding women in the music industry? So women have come a long way in the industry, I think, on both the musician side and the company manufacturing side of things. And also, record company wise, there are many female executives in the record companies and the management companies. I've worked with incredible females in this industry, coming up, making their way, and then also rising to executive levels. And it's really inspiring to see. I think things are changing. Things have changed over the years. I saw that personally, just working with artists and, working with younger artists coming up, and having really no preconceived notions about women being in the industry. It was normal and natural. And I think that the more women who are promoted and rise to higher positions, the more normalized it will be. And also the more young women will be encouraged to go after their dreams. And, we always want more female drummers too, so I think to see other women making it encourages younger women to really go after it and know that it's possible.
Okay. Now tell me, what did it feel to meet a drum legend like Mitch Mitchell? I don't know, it's amazing. Obviously, like other drummers, other drum legends like, I don't know, Vinny Colaiuta, Steve Gadd, and others. But Mitch Mitchell's.
Meeting Mitch was an incredible day for me. I'm a big Jimi Hendrix fan, always have been since I was a kid. And Mitch was a legend, and he came in a limo and he had a 3-piece suit on. And he was just exactly like you would want Mitch Mitchell to be, and more. He was so excited to spend time to learn about cymbals being made. He was so excited to learn about how cymbals are made. He toured the factory. We had a great time. It was absolutely wonderful. So to meet legends like Mitch, and for me, Vinny Colaiuta and Steve Gadd and Dennis Chambers and Charlie Watts and all of those guys, incredible, absolutely incredible. And I've never had a negative experience. I have to say that all of those legends have been wonderful humans as well. So, fantastic musicians and equally wonderful as people. And it's left an impression on me for sure. And so, meeting musicians that I listened to and looked up to as a child and, through the years, it's been a gift.
Who are your favorite drummers, legendary and current?
It's such a hard question to answer because I love, all of the drummers that I come in contact with. When I was a kid, I listened to a lot of classic rock music. So John Bonham is like right at the top of the list, always. And then I kind of am drawn to drummers who have a really distinct sound, like Steve Gadd, like Dennis Chambers, that recognizable, oh, I know who that is, so they are definitely at the top of the list. Influential drummers for me, Sheila E. and Cindy Blackman and Terry Lynn Carrington really were the female drumming role models that I had to look up to. And not just from a perspective that they were women, from a perspective that they were amazing musicians out there being successful, being out there on stage, playing with the greats. That was something that I, looked up to. And the drummers of today, I could go on and on about my favorites because there are so many of them. The drummers that are, out there playing, the drummers that are up and coming, drummers to look out for, one drummer that I love listening to right now is Anderson .Paak. I just think he's fantastic as a musician as well. So yeah, there are so many. It's hard to even go through the list, but drumming in general is it's just the community is fantastic, and I feel like getting a chance to interact with these musicians is it's just the greatest thing.
What's in store for you in 2021?
So I launched a business called Sarah Hagan Media and Consulting, and I've been working with some wonderful companies. And so my plans this year to continue to do that, to continue to make connections with people. I'm enjoying being on a few different board of directors. It's been amazing, giving some of my time back being a mentor to some young men and women in the industry. I love that. That's, close to my heart. And also I'm launching a podcast. So Sarah Hagan Backstage is being launched, and I get a chance to sit down and talk to some of my favorite people about what they are up to and their history. And it's been so much fun. So I'm really excited about that. So that is what is up with Sarah Hagan and 2021. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
Once again, thanks for your time and for leave us know about you. I hope see you soon, and don't forget follow on his social medias like Sarah Hagan and Sarah Hagan Backstage on Instagram and YouTube. Please don't forget subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.